What's good, YouTube? It's your boy JB. I am by myself. This is still Ring Talkers. Don't get it twisted. But we back. What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good? What's good? Like I said before, I am JB. I am here alone for this one. Um, Me and Mark got work schedules that we both trying to figure out, and during the week, it might just have to be where I make a video by myself. And then weekends, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, I guess. Coming now with basketball, we'll be on more basketball, talking about that and everything. But I just want to go ahead and get a video out so we can recap the Super Bowl, recap a couple things with basketball, and just get y'all a little video out there, and so we can get back on track. But first off, we're gonna start with them Eagles destroying the Chiefs. Um, I know the score say 40-22. That wasn't really a score. At one point, it was 40-6. The Chiefs really had no chance. And if you know me, if you've been watching, my thing has been hoping that the Chiefs don't get the benefit of late game calls. Um, so I mean, this is the second time when they haven't got the benefit of calls. They just got blasted. So, I mean, you know? So it's just kind of like put some respect on the Eagles' name, put some respect on Jalen Hurts' name. Because it's the second time. My bad. I ain't going to put. Eh, it's the second time that when Jalen Hurts met Patrick Mahomes in the biggest game of the year. No bigger game than the Super Bowl. Not one. And he's outperformed Patrick Mahomes, this generation's best quarterback. You got to start putting some respect on Jalen Hurts' name. Man. We got to start talking about him in a different light than what people have been saying. I've been saying all year, the man can do what he do. What you see him doing in the Super Bowl and in certain games, that's what he do. Like, just because somebody's not throwing for 300 yards every single game or 60% of the time, that doesn't mean that they're not a good quarterback. That doesn't mean that the offensive game is just terrible. Why would I throw the ball if I have somebody in the backfield going for 150 every game? Why? Scoring touchdowns, all that. Why? That doesn't make sense. That literally does not make sense to go out and say, oh, I'm finna go try to show that we can do. Like, no. It just wasn't smart. Because you seen the year before, last year, they literally started the season off 10-2, throwing the ball everywhere. Jalen Hurts throwing the ball to AJ Brown doing good, Devontae Smith doing good. The offense looked great. But they had the little last slump of they had a slump at the end of the season. They don't look well. Everybody's saying, oh, well, Nick Sirianni need to lose his job and all this and all that. It's just like, bro, come on, man. Been a coach, 4 years, been to 2 Super Bowls. Won one now. Should have 2, but has won 1. Or he probably been with them longer. Who knows? But I know Jalen Hurts for sure has been there for 4 years. Or no, he's been there 6 years. So in 6 years, he been to the Super Bowl twice, been to the playoffs every year, I believe, and now Super Bowl champion. Sound pretty good to me. I mean, if you ask me, a quarterback, what I've been saying for any quarterback, and we got to stop this notion that, oh well, he had a great defense. Every team that has won a Super Bowl had a great defense. Now, one team that has won the Super Bowl didn't have great defense. Defense wins championships. That is a fact. I don't care what nobody try to say or how they try to switch it to make it seem like, oh well, nah, this is no. You still need a good, great defense to win the Super Bowl. You do. Like nobody is going. You're not even going to get there without a good defense or without a pretty good defense. You're not even going to get there. So, what are we talking about? Now, do you still need an effective offense? You do. And the Eagles have had that. You have to remember, Jalen Hurts went to the Super Bowl without Saquon Barkley, without them folks that was on defense for him this year. And he did that after being there 2 years? Well, 1 year of fully starting, and you give him another receiver, you give him a top 10 receiver, he just goes straight to Super Bowl. Like, come on now. As soon as you give him a top 10 receiver, Super Bowl. He goes to a Super Bowl. Then next year, it looks like, well, dang, they might go do it again. They had a slump. They don't look good. Now everybody doing all this. Now, this year, pop back around. You get the acquisitions that you're getting. And Braun, you get CJ back. You get Saquon. It's like, bruh. And then you have to remember now those rookies that last year they weren't doing as great. Now they got another year under their belt. Now you got Jalen Carter playing like a stud. You had Nakobe Dean playing like a stud. Like you got Quinion, who is a rookie, stud. Cooper DeJean, stud. Everybody's playing together. Everybody is playing in a cohesive way that it showed real early in the season to me that the Eagles, they was gonna have it. Like I felt like that was probably the best team because there was nothing that they couldn't do. They had a great defense, had a great offense. What can they do? They can run the ball, they can throw it. I mean, there's literally nothing that you could pinpoint that they couldn't do. Everybody tried to make it, oh, well, Jalen Hurts ain't that good of a passer. He ain't this, he ain't that. And I just asked you, what are you looking at to show me that? Could you break down film to show me why that is the way you feel? Because I can sit there and break down some film and show you like, hey, nah. Yeah, you might say A.J. Brown was open right there. Why didn't you just throw that little 5-yard pass to him to get him in the rhythm? I can understand that. But I'm not. That's why I was saying before when A.J. Brown said what he said in the media, and I'm a big A.J. Brown fan. Like, that's my second favorite wide receiver to watch outside of Jamar Chase. So I like A.J. Brown. Have been for as long as I can remember, since Ole Miss for real. But why would you get mad when you have your homeboy, literally your homeboy, is going crazy in the back, like he getting 150 every game? Like, why are you getting mad about? And y'all are winning. Like, you can't. What are you getting mad? I understand you want to get the football and you want to make your numbers look good and everything when it comes time for a new contract. I get it. But what's going to look better on your resume is Super Bowl champion. Like, ain't nobody going to sit there and be like, oh, well, nah, we ain't going to give you as much money because your numbers done dropped for 1 year. It's like, bruh, come on now. It's like, come on, dude. Come on, man. They're like, tighten up. But it is what it is. They got over everything, which I love. That shows you the mark of a great team. Jalen Hurts is a great leader. Nick Sirianni is a great leader, whether folks want to believe it or not. They love that man, and they behind him all the way 10 toes down behind him, 100% behind him. So, and it just shows, man. It shows when people really mess with you. It really shows. Like, cause I was a player before, so I know what it looked like when another when players really care for a coach. Because I really care for a couple of my coaches, not all of them, but a couple of them. Let me just run down these stats for you. Let's start off with the winning team, of course. Jalen Hurts, 17 of 22, 221, two touchdowns, and an interception. That interception, people gonna look at that and be like, "Oh, see what I'm saying? He ain't no good quarter. Like he da, 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 da." If y'all really look, whenever you have pressure coming directly up the middle in a quarterback, you literally have it's literally A to B. It's a straight line. That's the fastest way to get anywhere. Is a straight line. It's not in a looping around. It's not that. It's a straight line. So if I'm in shotgun, and let's say I'm 5 yards back, 6 yards back, but a linebacker literally doesn't have to juke my line, nothing. He's just straight. As soon as the ball is snapped, he's going straight to me. Yeah, that's going. Especially when I'm thinking, okay, yeah, the line got that. It was a miscommunication on the line. Now, because, and that's what I'm gonna say for the underthrow, because he tried to throw it off his back foot because he thinking, oh well, dang, they gonna cover it. They gonna block that for me. They didn't block it. He ends up fading back while he's throwing. He still get hit some more. So now that ball is gonna be way well underthrown because we all know he got a better arm than that. But especially for where they was at on the field. If anything, I would have expected him to throw that out the back of the end zone more than I would him underthrowing that. So, but knowing that you got somebody in your face right now, you bagging up and you're not getting your feet set, and then when you throwing it and you still got to throw it a good little, good little distance, and somebody is coming and hitting you, and you getting hit while you're trying to throw it still too, like yeah, that's a recipe for disaster when it comes to a quarterback. So yes, he did have that interception, but other than that, great game, phenomenal. Um, Rushing yards, he had 11 carries, 72 yards for a TD. Saquon was kept in check as well, rushing the football. So when people doing all that talking and da 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 da, they ran the ball 25 times with Saquon. You know how many yards he got? 57. That's 2.3 yards a carry. So where was it now? Where was well, Jalen Hurts can't do nothing without Saquon. And then even in the passing game, Saquon had 6 receptions for 40 yards. Like that's cool, but if you was really watching the game, you seen even in the passing game, they tried to give him the pass game. It still kind of wasn't like it wasn't hitting like that because he's a running back and he wasn't getting no explosive plays in the passing game either. So like it's helping, but it's not the effectiveness that we need. But that's neither here nor there. Devontae Smith, 4 receptions, 69 yards, a TD. That bomb, 46-yard bomb was crazy. AJ Brown, 3 receptions, 43 yards, 1 touchdown. See what I'm saying? Jahan Dotson with that big catch early on in the game. He had 2 receptions, 42 yards. Yes, Dallas Goedert had 2 receptions, 27 yards. Everybody got involved in this game for the most part. Everybody that plays, for the most part, you got your chance. You got your chance to touch the ball. Because even Kenneth Gainwell came in 6 carries for 10 yards, didn't really do much either. So I mean, y'all have to understand, dog. Like everybody's not finna throw for 300 yards every single game. It's not even realistic. Um, I know y'all. A lot of people are lovers of Patrick Mahomes and whatever quarterback you a fan of. That quarterback doesn't throw for 300 yards every game. Because let me tell you something. If he did, I mean, obviously it'll be like, oh yeah, this man throwing for 300 yards every game. Like he would be breaking records that haven't been broken. Like y'all do realize that, right? So it's like y'all trying to make it seem like this, that, and third when, especially because I remember even being on the pod and early on in this before the season started, and Jahan Dotson, um, like I said before, like Jahan Dotson was a good pickup for the Eagles because it was somebody good to complement Devontae Smith and AJ Brown while having Saquon Barkley in the backfield, while having Dallas Goedert. Like, and this is another thing too. A lot of people trying to sit here and act like the way they view these players are just totally different when they win. Now it's, oh yeah, we already knew the Eagles was gonna win and this and that and third. It was so many people before the season, during the season, still counting out the Eagles. And you know who you are. I don't mean you don't. I don't have to sit here and be like, oh well, yeah. See you right there, this person right here, this person. No, there's plenty of people that kept saying the Eagles weren't gonna do this, the Eagles weren't gonna do that, and most of the criticism fell on the back of Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts. Now that you find out, well, dang, this team actually was that stuff, and those two people that you was trying to criticize so much, those two people end up being the biggest two pieces out of this whole thing. Because if you don't have Jalen Hurts, if you don't have Nick Sirianni, and you have a different coach in place, when that ship started to crack, it was the holes weren't going to be able to be filled. If you don't have Jalen Hurts right there, and you might have a Kenny Pickett or whoever else was on is on our roster for quarterback, it it wasn't gonna be good because you need a strong-willed, strong-minded person like Jalen Hurts, but you also need somebody to offset that with a coach like Sirianni, who is very emotional, but even with him being very emotional, the the players love him, and the players will literally run through brick walls for this man, literally. And it's weird to me that people don't see that as for what it is, and they just try to zoom past it. But you can't zoom past it no more because now they're champions, and it is what it is. But now to Patrick Mahomes and Chiefs. He was 21, 32, 257, 3 TDs, 2 interceptions. Um, that first interception was bad. Was very bad. Um, really, all game Patrick didn't look comfortable. It looked like the 2020 Super Bowl. So, I mean, just to keep it all the way real. Um, Kareem Hunt, three for 9 yards rushing. Samaje Perine 1 for 8. Like it's Pacheco 3 for 7. Like they only ran the ball 11 times. And I look at that and I say, well, last year with the same Pacheco dude, right? Their offense was more predicated on the run than it has ever been. And it was because of the new acquisitions that they had and the receivers. Some of the receivers wasn't catching the ball as much. Well, really, if we want to point it out, is one that really wasn't catching the ball a lot. But the receiving core had a bunch of drops or whatever, and it just didn't look right during the regular season. But during the postseason, everybody like forgot that those receivers weren't dropping the ball no more. Like once it got towards the end of the season into the playoffs, those receivers weren't dropping the ball no more. They weren't. Even the main guy, he wasn't dropping the ball no more. It wasn't like everything was more balanced. Their defense was good. Like everybody like try to act like the Chiefs just was just so down bad last year and they didn't have no good person but Patrick Mahomes and they squeaked it out. Like that's not what it was. Like even now this year, you look at the names that they have at wide receiver. If you want to say, well, oh, they're washed. All these people washed. Man, bruh. Having number one receivers everywhere you turn around is ridiculous. And that's why they were what they were for the regular season. What, 15-2, 15-1, something like that. I mean, well, they has it 17 games, so yeah, 15-2. So like, let's be for real. You want to say Juju is washed? Okay, cool. But he still was a number one receiver at one point in his career. He's not that far removed from that. So you throw him in there. Then you throw Xavier Worthy in there, who is a rookie, but we see the talent. We know who he is. When he was in college, number one receiver. D Hop. Do I really have to say about D Hop? Do I really? Like Hollywood Brown was a number one. Like has been a number one for like. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? You still got Travis Kelce. He didn't play that great this year. So you say something about Travis Kelce. But the O line has been pretty average all year. Everybody already knew that. I mean, everybody knew that. But it's just it wants to be brought up even more now that now they lose pretty bad. And now it's, oh yeah, that line is so terrible. This and that. Well, you already knew the line wasn't that great. You already knew that. But y'all kept winning and squeaking by. Nobody ever mentioned that. Or if you mentioned it, you didn't mention it to the effectiveness or mention it enough to where you really trying to get people to understand that yes, this line isn't that good, but this team is just very well rounded. Nah, but you can't do that because if you're trying to say that all these people are washed and they're still winning, then everybody just got to throw around the narrative of, oh yeah, they're just getting all the calls, and that was never my thing. I never said they just get all the calls. I'm talking about calls at the end of games or at crucial points of the game where things can turn around because I was an athlete. I understand what that is. I didn't seen that my whole life. I didn't played against it. I didn't play like you know that this call right here when it's 3rd and 10 and like come on now. And now all of a sudden somebody holding or all of a sudden late hit and it wasn't no late hit. Like it's like things like that, or it's just certain things like where it's just like you would call that right now, and that's just not, you know, it just don't how it just ain't how things supposed to be to me. But regardless though, we gonna keep it moving with this though. Um, I'm glad as a fan of the Eagles that we won. I just hope that we can build on this for years to come. Um, so yeah, I mean, put some respect on Jalen Hurts' name. Put some respect on AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, the whole Eagles, everybody. So, because I mean, we need it. We need it. We want. Let's build this little dynasty over here. Let's win by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see what happens. But nah, man, we gonna keep it moving though. But Luca, this Luca and AD trade, man. Of course, y'all know. I believe that the Mavs got the best part of this trade. Simply because their whole team is more balanced now. Are you losing a 25-year-old that's literally been an all pro basically every year that he's been in the league? Yeah. Does it sound very, very bad? Yeah, it does. In the long run, it does. It does. It sounds very terrible to think about that. But I need people to understand this too. When you are a GM and you have this commodity right here that's already making a boatload of money. And if I'm trying to tell this man, hey, look, we need you in shape. Because, yes, we know they just went to the finals. Nobody expected them to do that last year. Nobody. Nobody. But that supporting cast, Luca, it was crazy. And I understand that. But when you have somebody like Luca and Kyrie put together, Kyrie is not a two guard. He was able to do that just because of how great Kyrie is. And he just understands, well, okay, well, okay. You feel me? I ain't really got to do this and that and third. But now you're getting Kyrie as your main guard and AD as your main big. Like, I don't think people understand that is how people win championships. When you have, other than the Celtics last year, but normally folks is winning championships because it's a guard that's like this, like that's like that. Then it's a forward or a center that's like that on that team. Normally, that's how you win championships. Like, so normally it's either the 1 and 3 that's real good, especially nowadays. Is the 1 and 3, 1 and 4, the 2 and 5, or something like that, or 2 and 4. Like whatever little mix it is, but it's like it's a small guard and a forward to center that are the main people on the team. And that really can get y'all somewhere. I mean, that's just what it is. Like, so now me looking at the Mavs and seeing all the people that they got, even getting Max Christie, that team is a way more complete team to me. Now, was it cool seeing Luka with that Lakers jersey on? It was. That was. I ain't gonna lie. That was hard. That was hard. I don't tell nobody, but I might give me one. But that Luka in that Lakers thread that look hard. I cannot lie, but I don't know how well that is gonna work with LeBron, because just trying to play, oh, you get your turn, you get your turn. You just did that with Kyrie. And if we gonna all be honest, Kyrie is more skilled and a way better scorer. Because I know you LeBron fans gonna be, oh, he got the most points in NBA history. Oh, yeah, the best scorer. Man, get out of my face. I'm not the one for that. Like, I'm not. Because I promise you, I really know ball. We can start dissecting everything, not just, oh, well, you just talking about points. Because when it was Kareem, I never heard nobody ever say Kareem was the greatest player ever. Ever. Never heard that. Before LeBron ever got any scoring title or even got close, I never heard nobody ever say Kareem is in the GOAT debate. Never. Never. Never heard that. Absolutely never heard that. And if he was in the GOAT debate, how is it that he's number 2 now as far as on the list of the most scoring, and he's not nowhere near in this GOAT debate? We talk about Jordan, Bron, Kobe. And then after that, it go Magic Bird, and like people look crazy when you say Kareem in the GOAT debate. So don't try to justify that as a reason why LeBron is the GOAT. You can't. Like, because he did the same thing Kareem did, playing 20 years. He playing forever. Like, Like, is it great? Yes, but yeah, but just you playing 20 years, dog. Like, it's and you're not even playing all 82. Like, at least playing 79, 78. Like, come on, man. But that's neither here nor there. But I'm just say this though. Um, them working off of each other, that is gonna be probably the greatest conflict I feel like the Lakers are gonna have all year. Um, but I feel like they'll figure it out. I don't know if it'll be this year or even next year. I think maybe year three is where it finally shapes up to be what everyone thinks it will be. Because by that time you'll give Jackson Hayes some more time if he is the person, or by that time you'd have been got somebody a big in free agency, excuse me, or in the draft. So you'll be done got somebody by that time. So now, would I be surprised if they made it to the finals? No. If they go and get a big, like maybe a Dwight Howard JaVale, just to play serviceable minutes, I don't see why they couldn't make it to the finals. I mean, I'm taking them over a lot of teams. Like, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm taking them over probably some teams even now. Like, because having Luca and Bron and the way Alex Reeves is playing, the way Rui playing them small lineups like that, where you having Rui at the 5, and like that's gonna be real. Like, it's gonna be difficult for them if they face a team like the Nuggets, where you have more people, like the length pause, but everybody is about the same area and size and can move well, and your offset is Jokic, and you got Rui guarding Jokic, or you gonna have Braun guarding Jokic all game. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna tell you now. That's not gonna work. Or Jackson Hayes guarding. That's not gonna work. He gonna get in foul trouble. It's not gonna work. Not gonna work. So, I feel like they need to get another big. I feel like um with Luca playing last night, he had like 14 and 5 or some shit or something like that. Something like that. But it was the Jazz. I'm not that impressed by that. Obviously, it's the Jazz. But watching them again, because I am gonna watch them. I think they play the Jazz again tomorrow before All-Star break. I am gonna watch that from start to finish, just to watch Luca get another game in, see what happens. Um, but right now, I don't know if that team is built for a finals just yet. Um, could they make it to the second round in the playoffs? Of course. Making it past second round, I don't know. It depends on who they're playing. As much as I do like OKC and Shea, because that's my guy right there, Shea. Like, my two favorite players right now, I mean, literally is Shea and Luca, and then Ant, and then Ja, or you can put Ja over Ant, and for me, it's not really just no one favorite. Like, it's literally just whoever I feel like saying is the favorite for that day. Because I mean, I really like everybody. I'm a basketball fan, football fan, boxing fan. Like, I'm just a fan of. So I'm cool. I like everybody. You feel me, Paul? But yeah. So, um, but yeah, no, man. I really believe that Luca is that man. But once you give, because folks don't realize he was about to get a new contract that was like 300 or something, which was gonna give him 70 mil a year. You can't do that. You can't do that for somebody that, like Luca, he has problems conditioning. You have problems when you're playing basketball. Not saying that he can't play defense, but you lag sometimes on defense, but it's because you're tired. Well, if you was more conditioned, you wouldn't be as tired. Now, if I'm telling you before now, hey, bro, I I need you to lose a couple pounds because what he's 6'7", 6'7", 270. Somebody look at that and be like, man, that's not even that bad. That is a O lineman. that is a small O lineman. Y'all do realize that, right? A 6'7", 270 guy is a very huge. Like that's like a D lineman, O line. That's like a D lineman. That's like Calais Campbell. Like, just think about that. There's somebody like that. Like, I don't need you being there. You have to run up and down the floor constantly. Let's just say for 82 games, you got to do that constantly. I don't need you 6'7", 270. That doesn't make, and they don't even in season is even wilder. That you're 6'7", two, like you 270 in season. That means you ain't doing nothing but eating. But you know why? Because you're hurt. You're having these little knick-knack injuries and this and that and the third. Same thing with Zion Wilson. Same thing that I feel like could have been the case with AD. For them years because your body just keep on like you ain't doing something right to where your body just keep on just cracking on you, and stuff like that. So, and when you have a knick-knack injuries, or no, I said AD, a better person to, or a better example is Joel. When you out for so many games and you keep on you come back for about 12 games, 12, 15 games, then you're out again because you're having these little knick-knack injuries because your body ain't fully healthy. Like, yeah, you a big man, but that don't give you no, like, you still need to be in shape. Like, I shouldn't be paying you all this money and you can't just stay in shape. Like, I would love to be a basketball player. Like, that was my first sport that I loved, bruh. So that's all I have to do for the rest of my life is just play basketball and get better at basketball. And you gonna pay me millions? Like, what? You getting paid millions? Just get a chef. Get a trainer. It's not like it ain't gonna cost you that's pocket change for you. Like for Luca, that's pocket change. Like, come on, dog. But I believe this was the good knocking upside the head, because sometimes you just need that. Like he needed one of them real just reality checks because he's 25. Like I'm 21, but I know if I was making that type of money and I just wasn't in the right space, everybody needs something to get them back in the right spot when you're not in that right spot. Everybody need that snap of something, whatever it is. Everybody need that. Oh, okay, I see. This ain't no joke. Everybody need that type of thing because if you don't get it, and you know, like Luca, you get traded because this was one of the craziest things that has ever happened, and nobody didn't even know about it. But the two people that was talking back and forth about the trade, which is Rob Pelinka and Nico Harris. So when you have something like this, you've never seen that before. He's 25 years old, the prime, dead middle in the prime of his career, dead middle of it, and he getting traded. But then you hear why he's getting traded. And of course, you're going to hear fans saying, well, man, what are you talking about? They don't even mean that. I just challenge you as a fan. I understand you being a fan, but just actually think about stuff in the other way. I tell my mother this. I tell you, y'all see me telling Mark this. You gotta think about stuff outside of what you just see, because a lot of times the stuff what you seeing ain't the full story. Y'all have to realize that everything that you're looking at, whether it be on social media, whatever, you gotta look further into it. Everything ain't just all off on the surface. The surface stuff is what it is. It's just surface stuff. You gotta dig deep to it. You feel me? So with that being said, now all the stuff coming about conditioning, this and that and third, and we already knew that. But now that a big trade like this is happening, now it's like people saying, "Oh, okay, yeah, so you weren't playing for real. Okay, cool, I get it. I mean, and I understand the trade in the sense of AD makes that team more complete. If you're not a basketball, um, I learned this word, aficionado. If you're not somebody that really understands ball, you just looking at it from a fan standpoint and just saying, well, oh, Luka, AD, okay, player, okay. But when you actually looking at it, AD makes that Mavs team complete. That's a complete team. Luka doesn't make the Lakers a complete team. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a fully complete team. So yeah, I feel like they're going to the playoffs. I mean, of course, it's the Lakers. Come on, you got LeBron in there. What would it look like to have a playoffs without LeBron? Come on now, like, and he's wearing a Lakers uniform. Stop. Come on, man. Like, but having Luca now basically ensures that you're going to the playoffs. And so with that, it's like you got to understand that um yeah, they're gonna make the playoffs. Yeah, yeah, they're gonna be a tough team to beat. But do I expect them to make it to the finals? No, I don't. I don't. Making it to the finals and really just do it like no, I don't see that. So, but I mean, like I said before, seeing Luca in that Lakers, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, I'm gonna start playing with the Lakers on 2K just because, man. Because hey, I like Luca. Man, how he was playing last year. I called him Mark and I told him, I was like, hey, bro, this is my favorite player right now. It's my favorite player to watch because what he was doing is crazy. But I'm not just no fan or I'm not no fanboy because of just no one person or this and that and third. So it's not like I can't see that. Yeah, sometimes he do lack on defense. Um, really everybody does, but that doesn't excuse it because everybody do it. You shouldn't want to be like everybody. Like Luca is not everybody. Like Luca is Luca. Luca is better than 98, 99% of the league. So it's like you gotta really think about that. Like, no, yeah, we know that Luka is just that great offensively. We understand that, but just understand how great you could be if you just stay in shape and you're not getting injured. So now them 82. So now you playing. Let's just say you playing 78 games, or not even 78. Let's just say you playing 73 games a season. Or no, I'll give you 10 games. I give you 10 games, you sit out. 72 games a season. Hey, you still playing with those numbers. That sounds amazing. That looks amazing. The reason why Jordan doesn't get certain flack for or why people love him so much is because he was playing all the time. He didn't really miss games. He's playing 82. He's playing 70 something. He's playing Like he's a lot of times he's playing 82, 80 something, 80 is 78, 77. Like he's playing around them numbers of playing, like around them games of playing. So you telling me for literally most of the season, he's killing the entire season, and then you go to the playoffs and you're playing even better than what you was playing in the regular season. Whether that is just only gaining an extra point or two, or just that means you had another 2 to 3 more 20 some, 30 some point games. So that moves the ticker up. So now when you don't have, so now when you have maybe 2, 3 games that go 40, and then now the next game you go 25, now your average go, now in them 3 games, your average still gonna be a real good average because of what you hit before. So it's like you folks got to think about that. That goes into your averages and this and that and third. When you're not playing as much, and so I know this is gonna make a lot of LeBron fans mad, but when you're not playing, when you're skipping games and you're not playing this many games in a row, and then you this and then third, and you just kind of just dropping in when you want to play and when you don't want to play, and this and then third, you got to understand your averages is gonna look a little better. Cause like look at Zion. Zion averages look phenomenal, phenomenal, but he's not playing as much. So I don't know if those really are like, yeah, we understand you're that good of a player, but on an every night basis, because I know he's 40. I'm not trying to say I just want him to play this and then third, but I'm just making this the point about anybody. When you're playing in moderation like that, you should have better numbers because you're more healthy. You're not playing every single night, basically. So your numbers should look good. Joel, like your numbers should look how they look because you're not even playing that much. You feel me? So it is what it is. I feel like the Mavs are in a better position than Lakers, and even knowing now that AD just kind of got hurt for a couple weeks, so he's gonna be out for a couple. Excuse me, he's gonna be out for a couple weeks. I'm not really worried about that because when he come back, it's on. But now it just really give him some time to rest because I do feel like he probably came back a little too early after trade just to try to prove like my nigga, I'm him. But I think he'll be all right now. Like I don't feel like he gonna be, you know, tripping or nothing. Like I mean, or it's nothing that's gonna be a super setback or nothing. But I do feel like this could really be a good thing for the Mavs. Now this could very well be a good thing for the Lakers because if the Lakers just get them a serviceable big man that can help out Jackson Hayes, and when they play in certain teams, like even maybe the Nuggets, if they face the Nuggets again, now you have more bodies to put on Jokic rather than just one body or one good person on them, and then now you get like nah, because that's what happened in 2020 when they was in the bubble. Oh, JaVale, you get on them. Now Dwight, you get on them. Now LeBron, you get on them. Now you get AD. Now you get on them. You got bodies, different bodies to throw at them. So not because that wears people down. Like when they seeing many different bodies in front of them, they're playing them tough. That's difficult and hard play against. So um okay, see, I'm my bad. I just read some stupid stuff, but my bad. Uh, my bad. But yeah, man, I think everything look good. I like how the NBA is moving, even with a lot of these trades, like De'Aaron Fox going to the Spurs, being with Wemby. I really love that. I love Zach LaVine going to the Kings. I really love that. Like, it's some good things that's going on around the league. And now we're getting into basketball season. Football season is officially done. We're not worrying about no more football. Like, this is gonna be the last episode until probably we start talking about draft and stuff. where we talking about football, but yeah, it's basketball season now. We here. Like, it's over for the football for right now. Finna get into this basketball, man. Um, I'm loving what I'm seeing. I haven't been watching as much, but now you know your boy finna be right back on it, cause I gotta watch. I gotta talk to y'all about it. I want y'all to comment, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, what we can get better with. Um, and I try to respond back too. And I start telling Mark if he see anything, he need to respond back too, man. So, but yeah, man. But I like how the NBA looking right now. Everything looking more balanced. Everybody looking like they got their teams. For the most part, that's how I like for it to look. Um, I don't like everything looking like, well, one team for sure going and or these two teams for sure going and out of these two conferences, and we just know that's what's gonna happen. Like, I never did really like that, because they get played out. They get played out. But when the same two teams, now if it's just one team that's just dominating everybody and they just can't be beat, then oh well. But it's like seeing the same two teams from both of them, because this team is playing in a weaker conference or this team is just better than everybody in this conference. Like, it's not, it's not fun to watch. I want to see competitive basketball. I want to see competitive, like, anything, whether it's boxing, football, basketball. I want it to be competitive. I don't want it to be a foregone conclusion already in my mind of who I just already know is gonna win. So that's why I like what the NBA is doing right now. Everything looking more balanced. Um, I love it. I do. I do. I love it. I don't. It's looking like the play style too is getting back to being a little more simplified, and people going to the rack more. People actually trying to not just create fouls in the dumbest ways, but people really playing defense as well. Like, I that's what I like, man. Like, it's cool to shoot all these threes sometimes, but if you're not the Warriors, not the Boston, why you shooting so many threes? You shouldn't be doing that. But it is what it is. I appreciate y'all, man. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm telling you, we is on that now. We own everything now with basketball. I'm telling y'all like arguments or this and that third. I'm trying to tell you, you're gonna see a lot more disagreements and arguments with basketball, because me and Mark see stuff totally different, as y'all already know. And basketball is just like, you know. So, but I appreciate y'all, man. Like, comment, subscribe. I love y'all. Like I said, sometimes it is gonna be a just a me thing throughout the week for videos. Now, um, during the weekend, now you might have me or me and Mark gonna be on should be on here for the weekends, stuff like that. Like I said, our work schedules, we trying to figure stuff out. He working all the way throughout the day, all the way up tonight, and when it's time for him to get off, I'm going to sleep because I work in the morning. So I work throughout the night and up until the morning. So it's kind of hard trying to figure out when to do stuff and stuff like that, but we're gonna figure it out for y'all, man. And if this high has gotta be this high has gotta be, man. So, hey, man, I love y'all, appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for watching. Continue to watch. Hey, fly Eagles fly. I still might get me a Luka jersey. And MJ is the GOAT. And so yeah, if you think otherwise, I don't care. I'm not gonna argue with you. But yeah, man, hey, appreciate y'all. Oh, I'm gonna get some more art too. I'm gonna get some art so I can start, so y'all can see. I'm just gonna have some art on this wall, on that wall, whatever. And I'm gonna move that right there because I don't really like that. I'm probably move that over there, and then put some art on that wall. So, so my walls won't look so it won't look so plain. So y'all can have something to look at when y'all tired of me rambling or something like that. But hey, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all, man. This has been Ring Talkers, man. It's your boy JB, and I'm out.